and that moment never comes. You tell yourself, when I feel ready, I'll start. When I have more energy, I'll fix it. When life calms down, I'll focus on me. And then months pass, years pass. Same habits, same comfort, same quiet disappointment when you're alone at night and you know you could be more than this, and you're just not doing it. And it's crazy, because you're not lazy, you're not weak, you're not stupid, you're not unaware. You know exactly what needs to change. You could list it right now. You've had the same conversation with yourself 100 times. I need to sleep better. I need to stop wasting so much time. I need to clean this mess. I need to eat like someone who respects their body. I need to stop lying to myself about how tomorrow will be different. You already know. Knowing isn't the problem. The problem is the negotiation that happens between knowing and doing. That small voice that says, not now, later, I'll do it later, I'll start Monday, I'll start next month, I'll start when I feel more motivated. It's fine. It's not that bad. That voice is the enemy. That voice is the reason you're stuck in the same loop, reliving the same day over and over, telling yourself the same story about potential, while quietly avoiding the work that would actually make that potential real. Let's be honest with each other here. You don't need more inspiration. You don't need a new quote that says believe in yourself. You don't need to romanticize your life. You don't need a new morning routine journal with gold lettering on the cover. You need to make yourself do what you keep avoiding, especially in the exact moment you don't feel like doing it. That's the whole game. That's the split in the road. That's where people either build themselves or stay exactly where they are and call it fate. If you only act when you feel like acting, your life will always belong to your moods. And your moods are unstable. Your moods are soft. Your moods will sell you a beautiful lie to protect you from effort. Your moods will make you feel justified in staying the same. I'm tired. I had a long day. I deserve to rest. It's not urgent. At least I'm aware of the problem. You ever notice how the brain is really good at sounding reasonable while it's actively keeping you average? Here's something I've learned. Change is not dramatic. Change is not cinematic. Change doesn't come with theme music and a sunrise and some big emotional declaration. Real change is brutally unglamorous. It's you standing up when you don't want to stand up. It's you doing one boring, necessary thing that makes your life slightly more in order instead of scrolling for another hour. It's you telling yourself no like an adult, instead of letting your comfort run the house like a spoiled child. That's what forcing yourself to improve actually means. It's not violence. It's not hating yourself. It's the opposite, honestly. It's saying, I care about you too much to let you keep living like this. And I know people like to say, discipline is love. It sounds nice, but let's take it out of quote form and make it real. Discipline is you stepping in when your weakness starts negotiating. Discipline is you parenting yourself. Discipline is you saying, yeah, I hear you, you're tired, you're overwhelmed, you feel low, and we're still doing this. Not because you're a machine, because you're done letting your lower self run your whole existence. Theory anymore. It's not about sitting and thinking deep thoughts. It's not about pretending you don't feel anything. It's about ownership. Radical, boring, daily ownership. Control what you can control, right? Everyone repeats that line. But do you actually do it? You can't control how the world treats you today. You can't control who disappoints you. You can't control if life throws chaos at you. But you can control whether your room is in order. You can control whether you kept the promise you made to yourself this morning. You can control whether you fed your body trash or fuel. You can control whether you let your phone drain another 2 hours of your life in exchange for nothing. That's the part nobody wants to hear, because it's not mystical, it's not romantic, it's simple. And because it's simple, it's confrontational. It exposes you, it shows you the gap. Here's what you say you want, and here's how you actually live. You feel that? That little sting? Sit in it. Don't run from it. That sting is not there to shame you. It's there to wake you, because this next part is blunt. You are not stuck. You are undisciplined with yourself. And I don't mean disciplined like grind harder, sleep less, hate your feelings, number. I mean disciplined like I'm not letting myself keep lying. I'm not letting myself drown in excuses and call that self-care. I'm not letting myself waste another year pretending I just need clarity. I'm giving myself structure. I'm giving myself standards. I'm giving myself direction. What we're about to do is walk through the actions that build that direction. Real, physical behaviors. Things you can do today. Not theory, not affirmations. Moves. Because improvement is not an identity. It's not, I'm healing. It's not, I'm working on myself as an aesthetic. It's behavior. Trackable. Visible. Undeniable. And I'll tell you right now how this is going to feel. Some of these steps will feel too small to matter. Your ego will go, that's nothing. That won't change my life. That ego is lying to you. Big change is just small change, repeated without quitting. You're not failing because you're incapable of huge transformation. You're failing because you refuse to respect small transformation. So here's where we stop looking for motivation and we start building muscle. Mental muscle, behavioral muscle, self-command. We are going to force improvement gently, daily, relentlessly, by doing the things you avoid in the exact moments you least want to do them. This is where your life actually starts to turn. 1. Stand up and fix what you keep ignoring. Let's be honest, you already know what's ruining your peace. It's not a mystery. It's not some hidden spiritual block. It's not, the universe is against me. It's something specific. It's that one area in your life you keep walking past, pretending not to see, telling yourself, I'll deal with it later. And every day you don't fix it, it quietly owns you. Maybe it's something physical, the same pile of clothes on the chair, the same sink full of dishes, the same mess you've trained your eyes to blur out, because looking at it honestly makes you feel like you're not in control of your own space. You tell yourself it's not a big deal, but it is. Because every time you see it, even for a split second, your brain takes a hit. I'm behind. I'm not handling my life. You carry that feeling into everything else. Maybe it's money. You know you're avoiding checking your balance. You know you're ignoring bills. You know there's that message you didn't answer because you don't want to deal with the number. You think not looking is helping your stress, but it's actually feeding it. You're not escaping the weight, you're dragging it. Maybe it's your health. You've been feeling off for months. You know why. You don't sleep right. You're not eating like someone who plans to feel good 5 years from now. You keep saying, it's fine, I'll reset next week. You've said, next week, 46 times. Maybe it's a conversation, a boundary you should have set, a situation you know is disrespectful, someone who talks to you in a way that shrinks you, and you've been swallowing it, telling yourself it's not worth it, when the truth is you're scared of conflict. And every time you say nothing, a little part of you gets quieter. There is something in your life right now that you are avoiding, actively, and that avoidance is draining more of your energy than fixing it would. That's the thing you need to stand up and face. And I mean literally stand up. Your body is part of this. Improvement doesn't begin in your feelings. It begins in movement. There's a moment, and you've felt it before, where you're lying there, scrolling, heavy, frustrated with yourself, and there's this tiny impulse in you that says, "Get up," and you hear it, you feel it, you know it's right, but you don't move. You keep scrolling, you keep distracting. You tell yourself, "In a minute," and the moment passes. That window right there, that's where your life changes or doesn't. The first act of self-respect is physical. You stand up, because the second you stand, you break the loop. Your mind was in passive mode. Your body was in collapse mode. You were in, "I'll think about it later" mode. Standing interrupts that. Standing is you saying to your own brain, "We're not doing this helpless routine today." Standing is an act of defiance against your own comfort. You don't have to solve your whole life in that moment. That's where people overwhelm themselves. "I need to fix everything. I need to become a completely different person today." Number. Relax. That's ego pretending to help. You're not going to fix everything today. You're going to fix one thing that you've been avoiding, and you're going to finish it. Finish is the key word, not start thinking about it, not journal about why it's hard, not watch a 40-minute productivity video to get in the mood. You pick one ignored thing and you end it. If it's the room, you get up, you clear the chair, you take out the trash, you wipe the surface. No music video moment, no dramatic time-lapse edit. Just do it until it's not a problem anymore. If it's money, you log in, you look at the number, you list what needs to be paid, and you make a plan. Even if the plan is ugly, especially if the plan is ugly. Clarity feels painful at first, but it's the only thing that gives you control. If it's a conversation, you say what needs to be said. Calm, direct. No apology built into every sentence. You don't need to fight. You just need to stop pretending you're okay with what you're not okay with. If it's your body, you book the appointment. You throw out the thing you know you shouldn't be putting in yourself anymore. You drink water like it's not optional, because it isn't. You know what happens when you do that one thing you've been avoiding? Something subtle but real. Your brain stops calling you a liar. Because let's be real, you've been promising yourself changes you never deliver. Tomorrow I'll handle it. Tomorrow I'll clean it. Tomorrow I'll start. Your nervous system hears you say that over and over, and then it watches you not do it, and eventually it stops trusting you. That feeling of, "I hate my life" you get sometimes. A lot of it is actually, "I don't trust myself." You've created a pattern where your own word means nothing to you. So when you finally stand up and fix something you've been avoiding, you're not just cleaning a room or sending a message. It's the foundation of discipline. You can't build anything on or saying, "Don't talk to me like that." In fact, you might feel annoyed, you might feel resistance, you might feel shaky. That's fine. Shaky is allowed. Shaky is honest. What matters is that when it's relief, and relief is addictive in the right way. So I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to answer it, not later, now, in your own head. What is the one specific thing in your life that you keep walking past and pretending you don't see? And why are you still choosing to live under it instead of ending it? Because if you're honest about that, you'll know exactly where to start fixing your life today. 2. Clean your space before you clean your mind. Your mind is not messy by accident. It's reacting to what you're living in. A lot of people think their anxiety is mysterious. They think it's just emotional or spiritual or chemical, and sometimes yes. Sometimes it is deeper and it needs real help. But a lot of the noise in your head is not coming from the universe. It's coming from the physical chaos around you. Look around the room you spend most of your time in. Be honest. The surfaces that are covered instead of clear. The clothes that never got folded, just moved from one spot to another. The cups next to the bed. The charger cables everywhere. The open tabs on your desk. The trash you said you'd take out in a minute, and that was 4 days ago. That visual noise, that is telling your nervous system a story every second you're in it. The story is, we're behind. We're not in control. We're not stable. Your brain reads your environment constantly, even when you think you've gotten used to it. You never really get used to it. You just get numb to how stressed it's making you. You feel heavy and you don't know why. You feel stuck and you don't know why. You feel irritated, low energy, ashamed of how you're living, and you think it's just mental weakness. You think you lack discipline. You think you're broken. But I want you to hear this. Sometimes you don't have mental problems. You just live in visual chaos, and your mind is screaming for order. Here's the part most people do backwards. They try to heal their mind without fixing their surroundings. They want clarity, but they're living inside constant disorder. They want focus, but they're sitting in a space designed to distract them. They want self-respect, but they wake up in a place that whispers, "You don't respect yourself," before they even stand up. That's why this step matters. Clean your space first. Not because cleaning is cute, not because aesthetic, not for social media. This is not about having a pretty room. This is about nervous system regulation. When your space is in order, your mind calms down faster. When you wake up and the first thing you see is clear surfaces, folded clothes, open air, you get a subtle message. We're okay. We're capable. We're not drowning today. You start the day on stable ground instead of starting the day already in a hole. And I know exactly what your brain might say right now. It's too far gone. It's too much. I don't even know where to start. That feeling right there, that flood, that heaviness, that's part of the trap. The mess looks huge, so you avoid it. You avoid it, so it grows. It grows, so it becomes overwhelming. And now you're not just physically cluttered, you're emotionally ashamed of the clutter. You're carrying double weight. So we're going to break that. Here's the rule. You don't clean the whole world. You clean one zone completely, not a little bit everywhere. That's fake progress. You'll just move things around and call it work. Number, one zone, one surface, one corner, one table, one drawer, one floor section, and you finish it, fully. Why does finish matter so much here? Because your brain needs to see before and after. It needs proof that change is real, not theoretical. Half clean is still chaos. Half clean still sends the message, we're not keeping up. Fully clean, even if it's just the nightstand, just the desk, just the entry table by the door, tells your mind, we can create order. We are not powerless. We can affect our world. That feeling is control, real control. Not control over other people, not control over the past, control over your immediate reality. Stoicism, at its core, is about exactly that. Act where you have power. Let go where you don't. Most people are doing the opposite. They spend their day thinking about what they can't control, other people's behavior, other people's opinions, the past, the future, things that haven't even happened yet. And meanwhile, the things they actually can control right now are being ignored. The floor under their feet, the table in front of them, the air they're breathing all day, the body they are living inside. You're stressed about everything you can't touch, and you're neglecting everything you can. That's backwards. And let me say something that might sting a little, but I'm